Hi, Mr. Simon.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not bad.
Excellent.
How was your New Year and Christmas?
Christmas was great. New Year's, well, you got to go back to work, so not as much fun.
Understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing all my regulars coming back after the holidays. So we got Edson back. Jar, welcome back. Hello, Joe.
Hello,
Where are you from?
I'm from Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, so it's already Wednesday morning.
Yes,
You're a time traveler.
yes, I'm time traveler.
Yes. All right, well, welcome. So, guys, we're going to talk about space travel today. So I've got a video for you. Here's a link. It's about 4 minutes long. I want you to open up that link, okay, and let me know that it opens up. Don't play the video yet. Hello, German.
Hi Simon, nice to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. We're going to watch a video first, and then we're going to get into a discussion, okay? Okay, everybody, so open up the link, and then go ahead and play the video. Click on the link there, or click on the middle of the video to play it. And we'll have a discussion once that's over.
For half a century, we've been visiting the cosmos. This is
Okay, the video should be coming to an end. Don't click on those other videos. As your video is finished, unmute yourself or type. So Joe, it's finished for you, has it?
Yes. Yes, I has.
All right, Joe, so I'm going to give you a minute, and in that minute I want you to tell me one thing you heard in that video.
We have explored 1,000 million kilometers outside of the Earth.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Who else has finished watching the video? Edson. Jar.
I found very interesting the video because I think we need a place to live in the future. Well, of course, not in the short term, but in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we need some place to go, and we are not sure if it will be in this galaxy or not. But we need to find a way, and because we don't know what will happen in the Earth in the future. And I like the idea that there are some investment to explore the universe, like this 15 that NASA is conduct right now, like to go to Mars one day,
Mm-hmm.
and some research to save water, to recycle oxygen, and to invest in nanotechnology to become more efficiency, because most of this project can be used here in our homes, in our cities, in our countries, to become more efficiency and to become more sustainable as well.
Very good. Rexia, what have you learned from the video?
I was enough. So during the later part of the video, because I hear simultaneously what you guys are talking and also the videos sound, so I'm not very concentrated. But from what I see, it's just mankind are exploring the the outside space outside the Earth, trying to utilize some of the energy source, and maybe like even to the point to find another place mankind can live.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's not like I don't know much about this, but yeah, I don't know how they do this. It's beyond my expertise, but I just guess it's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, thank you. German, what did you learn from the video?
Oh, well, it's a very interesting video, and I didn't know about the water comets. I think it's very interesting because we're probably in the future we are going to have big issues with water because we are consuming most of them. And also I learned about the tiny objects that they are developing. I think it's very amazing.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And the whole purpose of this class is to have a conversation regarding space travel. Now, I don't care where you go with this. You can talk about having a backup, because we only have one planet. What happens if we get hit with an asteroid? That's it, game over. Shouldn't we have people on other planets? Shouldn't we explore? What about other reasons for space traveling, for exploring, looking for resources, looking for minerals? Science fiction. As long as we're dealing with the idea of traveling in space, I don't care where we go with this conversation. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to break us up into a bit of a role play. So we're going to use a radio call-in format, and we're going to have somebody from ESA. Does anybody know what ESA stands for?
No, I don't know.
European Space Agency. You're probably familiar with NASA. It's the European version of that. Okay. We're going to have a talk show host. And you know what? For the first round, I'll play the talk show host. Okay. I need a volunteer who can be a representative from ESA. Everybody else will play the role of a radio call-in person. Who would like to work for ESA? If you don't volunteer, I'll voluntold you. Right?
I can. Oh, where else? I can volunteer. Working for ESA.
Okay, so these are the roles right now. And I'll start it off. So keep in mind, this is all role-playing. You can be a crazy, strange caller. Maybe you see aliens all the time. Maybe you've been to other planets, right? Or maybe you work as a scientist for a very serious organization. You guys can have fun with this. So again, why am I doing this? Well, I want to explore vocabulary related to space, but the primary focus is getting you guys to communicate. I've only been talking for about 3 minutes, if we exclude the video. So this is where you guys get to kind of take over. All right, thank you everyone. Welcome to 1096 AM radio. We have with us today a scientist from ESA, the European Space Agency, and he's spent many years helping design rockets. He's currently working on technologies to help us get to other planets. So he's all about space travel. So I'd like to introduce our guest, Ruxia. Hello.
Hello. Hi. Hi. I'm Raksha. I'm from ESA. I'm glad to talk to you guys about anything related to space traveling.
Well, Ruxia, what
Yeah.
got you interested in this line of work?
So I was always fascinated by the universe, all these the physics, all these things. So that's why I got into this profession.
Excellent. Well, that's terrific. Look, we've got a lot of people that are calling in. All the switchers are lit up. So I'd like to go ahead and take our first caller. So first caller calling in, I believe the name is German. Hello, German.
Hi, nice to see you.
Good to see you. You wouldn't be from Germany, would you?
No, I'm from South America, from Chile.
From Chile. We've got some wonderful space observatories in Chile.
Yeah.
German, do you have a comment or a question for Ruxia?
Yeah, Roxia. I have an issue with a UFO last week. I thought that they catch me, but I'm not so sure. Maybe it was a dream, but it was so real. There is any situation or any hint or comment that can reveal to me that if it was a dream or if it was for real?
Oh, that's really interesting. Personally, I have never seen UFO, and I think it's interesting you see that. Because I myself, I cannot comment too much on that because personally I have never seen one, and I don't have any friends or colleagues that have seen one. Could you tell me? So I don't know whether it's real or not in your case, because I only see that in science fiction or science movies.
I'm sorry, Rex, you just lost the caller, so maybe he'll call back in. Who knows, maybe other people from Chile saw the same thing. What we call these are close encounters. Okay, so close encounter, the first, second, third, fourth, and I think fifth kind is how they're classified. So awesome, very interesting call there. Thank you very much, German. Jar, hello. Where are you calling in from, sir?
Hello, Simon. Thank you for having me today. I'm very excited with this interview with Huxia, and I'd like to ask her why the ISA is invest a lot of money look something at the universe, and here in the Earth we have many problems to solve, like in Africa, for instance, there are more than 1 billion people starving. What I'd like to hear from her what she thinks about that.
Oh, I think as we all know that so we only have our Mother Earth and the resources limited. Now we are trying to hope to explore the space outside of Earth to try to find other resources, other energies, and such as minerals and some usable energies. So that's I think it's equally important as solving the Africa problem, like the starvation in Africa, because we have to think for the future because we are now developing the humankind is developing fast, the population is growing, we are now living in a modern world, requires a lot of all these resources, energies, but we only have one Earth, so that's why we want to. So I think the money is well spent to explore the outside space, and also it gives people actually, it could be a future livable like planet besides Earth that we could
Thank you,
move to.
Roxy. I'm sorry, I've got to move on. We've only got so
Yeah.
much time, and we got a lot of callers waiting. So, a very interesting question about environmental sciences. We do have satellites in space that monitor weather patterns and can only be done using space.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much, guys. All right, next caller we have Joe. Hello, Joe. Where are you calling in from?
Hello, this is Joe Wise. I'm from Malaysia.
Malaysia, Joe. Well, thank you for calling in to us tonight. So, are you very interested in space?
Yes.
What do you have a question or do you have a comment for Roxia?
So, what is the most challenging thing you have ever overcome?
I think the most challenging thing I have ever had is the first time I go to the space because it's really uncomfortable from loss of the gravity. And it actually made me quite sick. I thought I'm going to die, but I eventually recovered from that. I think this actually make me stronger. I also now I kind of enjoy travel to the like spaceship travel. But the very first time is very, very tiring and very challenging for me.
Thank you very much, Roxia. All right, guys, I'm going to talk to Edson and Francisco. But before I do, just a note. If you're calling in and you're asking a question, you don't get much talk time if you just ask a question. Feel free to provide a bit of background. German talking about UFOs and all that was great before he asked the question. Try to keep your talk time to no more than 30 seconds, and then we can go around quicker, have more discussions, and make it very interesting. This topic has the potential to get a little crazy. All right, next caller, Edson. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Thanks for calling in. Where are you calling in from?
Thank you. I'm calling from Texas.
Texas. Very good, sir. And do you have a question or comment for our guest?
I have a comment. Like, I think it's amazing. Like to go to space, to be in a rocket, flying to the moon or to Mars even. But however, there are some issues. Like when once you are in the space, maybe the environment is not that good, because it's a kind of difficult situation. You are, of course, you have been trained a lot, but even this situation is a kind of hostility, is a kind of danger as well. Of course, you know how to deal with, but it's probably it's difficult, but it may be amazing to be there.
All right, Rexia, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, it's true. As I mentioned, even for me, I'm not trained astronaut. Even for me, it's very hard for the first time. Not only the loss of gravity, also the harsh environment. It's nothing like the Earth. We have to cherish the Earth we have now. But I think we are. But it's at the same time it's very exciting because it's a total different experience. I think once you adjust to it, you can deal with it. And that's also we are working on. We are trying to figure out how mankind can actually made to more like mankind can made to outside space, and eventually we can actually have some like home outside the Earth.
Thank you very much. All right, final caller, Francisco. Hello, sir.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, good to see you, sir. Do you have a question or comment for Ruxia?
Noxia, okay. Uh, could it be possible to send men to Mars, have a return, guarantee that they are going to return?
I'm sorry. Could you say that again? I didn't.
Okay, yeah, I'm asking if it could be possible to send human,
To Mars?
well, humans to Mars, and they can return to Earth.
Yeah. So there's already astronauts who are exploring the Mars. I think yeah they successfully returned. But I guess for non trained personnel, we are working on that. We hope to do it in the near future. So
Okay.
Thank you, guys. So we finished the first round. Now, Francisco joined us late, and Edson's been having technical problems, so hopefully you're here to stay, Edson. So in the next round, we're going to have somebody else play the role of ESA, European Space Agency, I guess, space travel expert. She's familiar with rockets, propulsion, basically taking people and throwing them into space, all that cool stuff. Okay, so that's what Ruxia played that role. I'm looking for somebody else to volunteer to play that role. So you're a very smart person. You work for a space agency. You could be a little crazy if you want to be, but who would like to play that role?
I
All right, Joe. Awesome. Okay, guy. Oh, Edson wanted to be it too. Interesting. Okay, Edson, you can be next. Joe is this round. So Joe is going to be our expert from ESA. Everybody else will be a caller. Once again, I'll play the radio talk show host. Please, as always, guys, keep your talk time to about 30 seconds or less, and we can give everybody more opportunities and try to create a very strange conversation or a very interesting conversation, however you'd like it to be. A little bit of talk on aliens thanks to German the last round. All right. Guys, thank you for joining us here in the second part of the hour. Ruxia had to leave, but her colleague Joe has stepped in. Joe has worked with Ruxia over the years in propulsion and space travel. Welcome, Joe. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hello. This is Joe Weiss. Welcome everyone to consulting something about me, and I will try my best to explain how it works.
All right, thank you very much. Well, let's go to the lines. All the switches are lit up. So let's see, first caller, Edson. Hello, Edson. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Texas.
Oh, we just had another guy from Texas in the last hour. So excellent. What's your question or comment, Edson?
Yes, it's a question when the comment as well, but like it may be amazing to be inside a rocket when the moment at the moment when the rocket is flying, you see how you see the Earth when you are taking off, and when once you are in space, it's possible to see the sun. How is the sun like? It's the same like you see the earth or the moon. And is it possible to see just a little bit of another planet near us, like Mars?
Um, sorry, I didn't
I,
get it.
I mean,
Joe,
it's
what
the
did you
same.
get? Sorry, I said, what didn't you get, Joe? Which part?
The second part.
Okay. So usually, if you're having a conversation with somebody, you don't understand part of what they said. Instead of just saying "I didn't get it," let them know what you heard and understood and what part you didn't get. So that way, it shows that you're listening. So you want to try that again, Joe? Which part did you not under? Which part did you understand?
The he mentioned to to send something to Mars.
Okay. Well, maybe why don't we just address that part then? And
So I have do some work on monitor to uh, to monitor the Mars, and I found the interesting is it's really like the air on Earth. So maybe we can't put anything or human on Mars.
okay, thank you very much. Next caller, Francisco. Do you have a question or comment for Joe?
Yeah, Joe. Last day I was reading the newspaper news about NASA is going to to grow potatoes on Mars. Is this true, or they are following that some movie?
Well, it's nonsense because we can't find any real like sand or land to grow anything on Mars. So, but we're just trying to build out a artificial land and to make it possible to grow uh, plants on it. But it's not in the status quo, so we can do it in maybe 3 years.
Okay, thank you very much. German, you're next. Where are you calling in from, German?
Hey, I'm calling from NASA.
Awesome. All right. What department do you work in?
I'm from a secret department. I'm calling because I have an alien here, but I can't communicate with him, so I need some advice from your expert. Could you
All
help
right.
me, please?
Well, what questions do you have? Start with the first question then.
Okay, how can I ask him where is he from? Do you have any idea?
Okay, so you're having troubles communicating with this alien.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Joe. How can German who works for NASA communicate with aliens?
First off, you have to learn their language. So you must have to pay some your ability to show that you can help them, and they will be very interesting to help you learn their language and their culture. So um, after that, you can actually communicate with alien. And I have an experience communicate with alien 5 years
Really?
ago. And yes, and it is so irrational because I didn't know anything about its language, but it can speak English. So I just found it um, there's everything is possible
All right.
on the Earth.
Thank you very much. So apparently, ESA's been talking to aliens, and so has NASA. Interesting. Next caller, Jar. Where are you calling in from, Jar?
Hello, I am from Brazil. I live in São Paulo.
All right, so Jar, do you have a question or comment for our expert?
Yes, I have a question for Joe. Joe, we know that you are looking for intelligence life outside the Earth, and I have a question for you. If you find intelligence life outside the Earth more advanced than us, what are you intend to do?
Well, it's a really good question, but I haven't seen that before. So maybe I can send you to the outer space and explore something interesting and that never happened. So
Yeah.
would you like to sign in, and we can do it next year?
All right, so we apparently don't have a protocol for communicating with ETs. Very good. So we probably have some sort of, if we did, we'd probably have some sort of protocol, we'd have some sort of procedures, we'd have a policy, all that kind of stuff. But that's awesome, great questions, guys. You're making this a little crazy, and I love it. All right, Rexia, hello. Thanks for calling in. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from California.
California, excellent. Do you have a question or comment for our expert?
Yeah, so what's the name of the expert?
Joe.
Joe. Okay, so Joe. So I actually I always thought man already landed Mars, but now recently after I watching this video, I noticed so it's only unmanned aircraft has landed Mars. So and the anticipated mankind like manned aircraft would be in 2035. Do you think it will be possible that manned aircraft will arrive in Mars in 2035? And do you think so? What are you guys working on, and how it could be possible with all the harsh environment in Mars?
Well, as I mentioned, we have created a artificial land, and it will be possible when the time is ready. And so, like NASA has been explore all around the Mars, and last year I would say I heard something from an alien from Mars, and it is available to overcome the situation in 10 years. So I believe that it is possible to um, a man land on Mars.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, next round, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I won't be the radio announcer. I'll actually be a representative for NASA or ESA. It doesn't really matter. Edson, would you like to play the role, because you volunteered next, would you like to play the role of the radio host?
Yes.
All right, take it away, Edson. So you get to manage this round. Go ahead, please.
We, sorry, but what play I'm gonna do?
You weren't listening?
More or less.
Sorry?
More or less.
Who's Olus?
More or less.
Oh, more or less. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got to listen, because otherwise we end up wasting time. So I'm going to play the role of the ESA expert, and you're going to play the role of the talk show host.
Oh, let me play the another role, please.
Okay, you can play ESA, and the next round I'll take that role. Okay, so here we are.
Yeah, thank you.
We've got
Thank you very
Edson,
much.
who's been a long-term expert. He's worked with NASA, he's worked with ESA, he's also worked with China and the former Soviet Union. He's here with us tonight. He's 89 years old. He spent a lot of time in space travel and propulsion. Welcome, Edson.
Welcome. Thank you.
So you spend a lot of time working on space propulsion.
Yeah, they spent like 10 years working on the space stations, and I have a lot of experience. I have seen a lot of different things like asteroids, and I have many experience in traveling in rockets, and many things to share with you and
Great.
other guys.
Well, let's open up the lines and let's hear from our callers from around the world. First caller we have is Francisco, and Francisco's calling us from a very, very small town in the very southern tip of South America. I think the town is called, well, it doesn't really have a name. It's actually a kind of a jumping point to Antarctica. It's where people get together just before they go to Antarctica, so it's kind of a base in a way. Francisco, what's your question or comment for Edson?
Okay, I'd like to ask to the expert if they are working currently. I don't know, maybe creating a kind of fuel, or what would be a wood fuel, or maybe they can spend less when leaving Earth, because right now I know that rockets expend most of the fuel leaving the orbit of the Earth. Are you working in some kind of a field?
Yes, we are working currently, like you are trying to create a rocket, move it by electricity. But of course, to take off the Earth is just possible by solid fuel. And then during the when we are in space, we are trying to use electric rockets. And you're trying to make a way to use liquid gas.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Next caller, German. Hello, sir. Where are you calling in from?
Hi, I'm calling from France,
Uh-huh.
and I have a question for this expert.
Okay, go ahead.
Imagine that we can develop the speed of the light, and we can travel very long distances. Do you think that it's possible that we can find some aliens life that will be very dangerous for us? For example, like Star Wars, for example.
Well, I believe that there is life around in the universe, but I don't think that they may be danger for us. Because you know life is maybe it can be like us, another guy, or and it can be just a very small creature. And but I don't think they would have power to damage the earth or destroy the earth. I don't know. You understand?
All right, thank you very much. Next caller, Jar. What question do you have for our expert today?
Hello, Edson.
Hi.
I am calling from São Paulo, Brazil. I would like to ask you about if you believe in God, if you believe uh, where you find God in the future, because you are planning to travel in the universe, and do you think is there a place to find him?
Yeah, I believe in God. God exists in everywhere. In the space we see God in stars, in asteroids, in sun, and on other planets around the world and another universe, galaxies. Because without God, we wouldn't be here and we'd be doing this task, working for international space, you know. And I believe that it's gonna be possible to do many other things, like to go to Mars and to travel to another universe in the future.
Okay.
Because
No, that's great. Traveling to other universes, that's some pretty fancy technology we'll need to get there. All right, next caller. Joe. Joe, do you have a question or comment?
Um, Hey, this is Joe Wise. I'm calling from NASA. I'm the chief executive of NASA, the exploring department. And we
Excellent.
just wanted to let you know that the moon has been colonized, and we have found three kinds of creatures. So, well, I didn't I didn't make sure that it is alive or it's it is dead. But one thing I found it is the evolution has been changed. So you have to uh, maybe work more harder than you do.
Okay, Edson, you hear about that? NASA found life on the moon and it's been colonized.
yes, we are, we are going to colonize the moon. I don't know if those kind of life is like us or
No,
another
no,
kind
no.
of life,
I mean, the moon has been colonized by NASA. We have
Oh,
colonized it.
sure. For sure, we are gonna colonize we've been colonizing the moon, and we are trying to explore some material of the moon to see it was the life, the possibility of the life in the past from this material from the moon.
All right, thank you. And next caller, Rexia. Where are you calling in from? Oh, maybe we've lost a caller. Looks like we've lost a caller. All right, guys. Well, for this next round, as I said, I will play the expert, the NASA expert or the ESA expert. Who would like to play the role of the talk show host? German, you can be the talk show host.
Oh,
Okay.
All right, German, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Berlin station. Tonight we have a talk show about aliens life, and we have an expert from NASA. Hello, Simon. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
We have some calls for you. The first one is from Francisco. Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from. Well, I'm a former astronaut, but I'd like to know if the is good is a good competition to have another companies or another private companies like NASA. Maybe some companies in Europe are trying to explore space. Is this a good competition for NASA? Is it good for humanity? Or maybe we could let NASA explore the universe?
Well, NASA's been at the forefront of exploration for many years simply because it's very expensive. We welcome other companies headed by Elon Musk, the founder of Amazon as well. We also welcome China. Their goal is just to send men to Mars. So we're very excited by this. We're glad to see the price of space exploration going down. There's still many challenges, so I welcome the new entrants.
Thank you very much. The next call is from Jair. Jair, welcome.
Hello, German.
Hi.
Welcome.
Do you have any comment or question for Simon?
Yes, I have a question for Simon.
Go ahead,
Simon,
man.
okay. Simon, why is NASA and China join the force to go to Mars together, because you are invest a lot of money. Many companies, many agents are doing the same thing, you know, using a lot of research. It wouldn't be better and intelligence to join force?
Well, we're always partnering with other space agencies. We've partnered with the Russian Space Agency and the Soviet Union prior to that. We've partnered with ESA on many projects, so we're certainly willing to work with others and partner where it makes sense.
Okay, good. And do you think he is more open to work together with NASA or China agents?
We welcome all agencies.
Okay, good. And when do you think you are?
Well, we got to give somebody else a chance. German, you're going to be making sure.
Yeah, interesting topic, man. But time is money, and we have many calls. So I would like to say hello to all these aliens that are listening from the galaxy. And Joe, it's your turn. Joe,
Hey,
are you
this is
there?
Joe Wise. Hello, German. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Simon.
Hello.
Hello. And I have nothing new, but yesterday, our previous astronaut who came from outer space, and he came to outer space in 1945, and he's at the age of 45. But now he's coming back, so he is 120 years old. But it still seems like it is 45. So the age didn't change. So we know that the formula for the space.
Well, what you're talking about there is the faster you travel in space. So imagine this is space, okay?
Yes.
Okay, this is Mars, and this is Earth, okay? Now, normally it would take about 2 years to get from Earth to Mars if we traveled at, let's say, 25,000 kilometers an hour. However, if we traveled at, let's say, 95% the speed of light, instead of being this long here, it would feel like the distance was only this long here. So it would take me maybe a couple of days to get to Mars. However, on Earth, 2 years would still have passed. So if this person was on a ship, some sort of spacecraft, and it went, you're saying there's about 2 years difference? So then that would mean that he was on an 80-year round trip, traveling it around the speed of light. So he could have gone 40 light years away. So it might mean he was abducted and taken 40 light years away. So that's possible.
So it is possible for a dying man send it to the outer space and make it live longer.
No, he wouldn't live any longer. In his frame of reference, 100 years wouldn't have passed, 45 would. But for all us on Earth, it would have, yes, 125 years would have passed.
Thanks for your call, Joe. And now we have Roxia. How are you?
How are you?
Please go ahead.
What is the question? So, what kind of energy, you guys are exploring?
Well, currently we're looking into warp drives, which would use antimatter and matter combined to create and a huge release of energy. The nice thing about that is something like this container here, would provide us with enough energy that we could travel to all the planets and only use maybe this much of it. So the problem is that fuel is very, very expensive to create, but it's very compact. And here's an unfortunate thing. If we were to lose containment, this amount of antimatter would essentially blow up the moon. So we got to be very careful with it.
Wow. So can you tell me again, what is that material?
Antimatter.
Antimatter. Wow. Do you know the chemical composition of the
Oh yeah, it's very simple, and actually it's not a molecular composition, it's an atomic composition. So, for example, electrons are usually considered
antimatter,
so the electron would be positively charged or a positive.
Okay.
When they come together, they annihilate and release a huge amount of energy.
Okay. But what you're saying is you're trying to find those energy on other planets, or?
No, well, we're looking into the whole idea of a warp drive, which involves basically shrinking space around the craft, creating a bubble, and we're exploring it mathematically right now.
Are you saying you're just trying to explore energy that can fuel the aircraft?
We're looking for technologies that will get us to the planet. So these technologies, most of them, we explore them mathematically first, then we put them in the computer to simulate. Only if they're very successful do we actually try to build scale models.
Okay. Okay, I was actually thinking what kind of material or energy source you can find in like other planets such as Mars.
It just depends on what the aliens are willing to give us.
Okay.
Thank you, Roxia. We have the last call. Edson, are you on this planet?
Yes, you know, Simon, I know that to be an astronaut, you need to participate in a program in Russian. You probably spend 2 years training, being trained by Russians. And what kind of course you take? I know that it's a kind of astronomy you learn in Russian. But you need to be good at in Russian. You
No,
speak
no,
Russian.
I never took any courses. I basically faked my degree. So, you know, yeah, I never really actually went to school.
Nothing.
No, I got training on the job. I just made up fake certificates so people thought I went to school.
Oh, I thought that astronaut maybe would be able to speak in Russian, because they need to take the course there, and that's it, and
No,
start traveling.
no, nothing like that. We all, not all of us speak all of the languages. We find a way to translate, and some of us speak English, some of us speak Russian.
It's nice. Good to know.
All right, guys, that was awesome. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a couple of minutes. Tomorrow, it's going to be exciting. So I'm starting a new class structure. So instead of doing debate and a video in one class, what I'm doing is I'm having a conversation class, like this one here, to explore a topic. And then the very next day, we're going to have a debate on the topic, but we won't watch the video. So if you look at my calendar, and I think I just gave you the link. Yeah, there's the link. If you look at my calendar there, you'll see that tomorrow, at the same time this class starts, I have a class called Conversation, the True Cost of Oil. Then the day after tomorrow, we have the debate at the same time. Okay. I've also done this on Saturday. So if you guys are interested, go ahead, reserve a spot. Now the Saturday classes are selling out. There's still plenty of spots left for the debate class on Thursday and the lead-up class to that tomorrow night. So the reason I'm doing this is to allow us to have more time for the debate, and it will also provide you guys with a bit more of a background. If you don't attend the conversation class, that's fine. You'll still be able to get by because you'll be able to search Google, Wikipedia, and be able to find information. But if you have attended the class, you'll be better prepared, and you'll be able to put together better arguments. Yeah, there's another class after tomorrow night. That's not related to it. That's just describe what you see. So the class I have tomorrow night, there's two. One is the preview to the debate. Then there's a describe what you see, but the debate class is the following day. On Saturday, I have the conversation class, an hour break, and then the debate class. All right, guys? How does that sound?
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds good.
Good.
Wonderful.
Sounds great.
I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting and a bit more challenging, but also give you guys more preparation time. And I'm working on a new presentation that will help explain what a debate is for you guys. So I'll have that available for you tomorrow, so you can look at it between tomorrow and the debate. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for your participation. Always, I like to try and keep it a little interesting. I love how you guys were bringing up aliens and making it sound a little strange, because you know what? It's funny. And when you learn to talk about space, you're going to talk about aliens, because if you ever go see movies like Star Wars, well, there's aliens in that, right? So you're going to need vocabulary for the actual topic as well as for the fictional side of it as well. It makes sense when you watch movies. Thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you tomorrow night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you.
Thank you.